The city of Benin had stood for centuries, a jewel of West Africa. Its walls, red and formidable, stretched across the horizon, a testament to generations of kings and warriors. Moats curved like protective arms around the city. Palaces gleamed with coral, ivory and bronze, and every alley and courtyard whispered stories of kings, priests, and artisans. Within these walls, Oba Ovonramwen reigned, a man whose crown carried the weight of centuries, whose eyes held the wisdom of his ancestors, and whose heart beat in rhythm with the city itself. But in early 1897, the winds of imperial ambition swept across the forests. The British demanded entry into Benin, seeking trade, influence, and power. Tradition forbade it, law forbade it, therefore the Oba refused. Acting Consul General James Phillips ignored the warnings and entered the city with a small delegation, expecting obedience. They were met by Benin warriors, spears sharp, shields raised, arrows streaking through the air. The clash was swift, deadly and decisive. Phillips and most of his men fell. The city had defended itself with honor, courage, and velocity. But this act would mark the beginning of its darkest night. By February, a British force of over 1,200 men advanced through dense forests, their rifles gleaming, cannons loaded, artillery poised. Each step they took shook the earth. Each footfall carried the inevitability of conquest. The air was thick with tension, the scent of damp earth, and the distant cries of birds disturbed by their approach. Within the city, Benin's warriors prepared. Generals coordinated at the gates. Archers lined the walls, aiming carefully. Priests hurriedly moved sacred objects to hidden chambers. Mothers clutched their children and whispered prayers, while artisans tried to protect bronzes, ivory carvings, and coral regalia, treasures that told the story of centuries. Then the cannons thundered. Walls trembled, towers shivered. Flames erupted from the palace rooftops, smoke curling into the night sky, turning it into a storm of fire and ash. Spears clashed with bayonets, shouts of warriors rang out, swallowed by the roar of artillery. Dust, smoke, and embers filled the air. Amid the chaos, the Oba moved with purpose. Through secret passages beneath the royal palace, he slipped into the shadows, accompanied by loyal attendants. He would not surrender. He would not bow. The city may burn, but the dignity of its leadership would endure. British soldiers poured into the streets. They looted bronze plaques, coral crowns, and ivory carvings, treasures that carried the memory and identity of Benin. Palaces fell to the flames, gates collapsed, walls crumbled. The city, once a crown jewel of West Africa, became a landscape of fire, ash, and echoes. By dawn, silence fell over Benin City. Smoke drifted over ruins. Survivors wandered through debris, carrying children, sacred drums and fragments of memory. Many had died, many had fled. The Oba was eventually captured and exiled to Calabar. The kingdom lost its independence, but its spirit, its pride, its culture, and its story survived. Even today, centuries later, the bronzes, the oral histories, and the songs tell of a city that burned, but never vanished. Benin may have fallen to fire and steel, yet its essence remains unbroken. The walls may have crumbled, palaces may have burned, but the people, their traditions and the memory of their king carried on. Alive in their hearts, alive in their songs, and alive in their art. The city burned, the walls fell, the Oba fled, yet Benin, in spirit and legacy, endured. A kingdom whose story continues to echo across generations.